The twin suns of planet Iridian were sinking behind jagged mountains, casting long golden shadows over the cracked, dusty ground. Alex Carter, a human explorer, adjusted his wide-brimmed helmet and squinted at the horizon. The planet had been mostly empty and quiet, but something about the canyon ahead made him uneasy. His sensors had picked up faint life readings, something small and irregular like a heartbeat too weak to detect from far away. Alex crouched beside a boulder and studied the readings. 2 small signatures, he murmured. Life forms. Not human. His heart quickened. He had explored dozens of planets before, but the thought of encountering an unknown species, especially a fragile one, filled him with both excitement and caution. He moved forward carefully, his boots crunching on the dusty rocks. The canyon walls rose steep and smooth on either side, streaked with colors he had never seen before, shimmering blues and purples that seemed to shift as he moved past. Somewhere up ahead he heard a faint, high-pitched cry, almost like wind whistling through a narrow hole, but the sound had a softness to it, a note of fear that made him stop in his tracks. "Hello?" Alex called softly. "Can you hear me?" "I'm a friend." The crying didn't stop. In fact, it seemed to get closer, though the canyon's twists should have kept it distant. Alex approached a pile of fallen rock. His chest tightened when he saw 2 small forms trapped beneath a collapsed slab. They were unlike anything he had ever seen. Short, delicate creatures with translucent skin that shimmered faintly in the dim light. Their large, dark eyes stared up at him, wide with fear. The smaller one, no taller than his knee, raised trembling hands. "No, touch." A soft musical voice hummed, almost like a tune rather than words. Alex froze. He had expected a language barrier, but this was something else. Still, he knew he couldn't leave them here. "I won't hurt you," he said, his voice calm and steady. "I promise. I'll help you." He examined the rocks. One slab was heavy, but not impossible to move. He braced himself, pushing with all his strength, feeling the weight shift. Slowly, with a loud crack, the rock budged just enough for him to pull the smaller alien free. It shivered in his arms, clinging tightly. The larger one remained trapped under another slab, crying in a high-pitched tone. Alex gritted his teeth and pushed again, straining every muscle. Dust filled the air, stinging his eyes, but he didn't stop. Finally, the larger alien slipped free, and both of them stumbled onto the ground, their limbs trembling. "You're safe now," Alex said, gently setting them down. The 2 creatures huddled together, their tiny hands gripping each other. Their eyes studied him, curious but wary. "What are you?" The smaller one hummed again, her voice rising and falling in strange musical notes. Alex smiled faintly. "I'm human," he said. "My name is Alex. I help people. Or anyone in trouble. That's what I do." The aliens didn't respond in words, but one of them reached out a small hand toward him, as if testing his sincerity. Alex held his hand open and let the tiny fingers brush his. The contact was electric in a way he couldn't explain, but comforting. He looked around. The canyon was quiet again, except for the occasional sound of rocks shifting. He could see faint movement in the distance, small creatures scuttling across the canyon floor. But none of them approached. Still, he knew they couldn't stay here. Night on Iridian brought dangers. Predators that hunted by sound, sudden sandstorms, and toxic plants that released sharp airborne spores. "Come on," he said, helping the 2 aliens to their feet. "We need to find a safer place." They followed him cautiously. The smaller one stayed close, almost hidden under Alex's arm at times, while the larger one walked beside him, glancing around nervously. He noticed their glowing skin dimmed when they were frightened, and brightened when they sensed safety. By the time they reached a natural alcove in the canyon wall, the sun had set completely, leaving the canyon bathed in soft twilight. Alex made a small fire using portable equipment, keeping the light low so as not to attract predators. The alien sat a short distance away, watching him quietly. Alex took out a small rations pack and offered some food. The alien sniffed it curiously but didn't eat. He guessed their diet was different, perhaps something not found on human planets. He didn't push it. Forcing them to eat could frighten them more. Instead, he focused on simple comfort, keeping them warm, making sure the alcove was sheltered, and speaking softly. Hours passed. The twins, as he began to call them in his mind, eventually leaned against each other, seemingly exhausted from the trauma of being trapped. Alex watched the night sky above, filled with unfamiliar constellations and two bright moons. He felt a strange connection to these small creatures, fragile yet strong in their will to survive. Suddenly, a rustle came from deeper in the canyon. Alex's hand went instinctively to the blaster on his belt. The twins tensed, their bodies glowing faintly with alarm, but nothing emerged from the shadows. Alex exhaled slowly. It was probably just the wind, or a small creature curious about the fire. Still, he knew the night was far from safe. He spent the night watching over them, unable to sleep more than a few minutes at a time. Every small sound made him alert. The twins occasionally stirred, humming in their soft musical language. Alex began to recognize patterns in their sounds. Short bursts seemed like questions, longer notes like statements, and high-pitched crescendos like alarm. He smiled faintly. Even without words, they were trying to communicate. As dawn approached, Alex decided they needed to move. Staying in one place too long would be dangerous. He packed his gear carefully, keeping the fire minimal, and whispered to the twins, "Time to go. We have to find somewhere safe." The twins hesitated at first, but when he held out his hands, they seemed to understand. The smaller one slipped into his arms again, while the larger walked beside him, occasionally touching his arm. Together they navigated the canyon's narrow paths. The sun rose over the horizon, painting the rocks in shades of red and gold. Alex felt a spark of hope. He had rescued them, but the real challenge was just beginning. He had no idea where their home was, or even what species they belonged to. And yet, he felt a responsibility he couldn't ignore. By midday, they reached a plateau overlooking a strange, glowing forest in the distance. Trees with luminous leaves stretched as far as the eye could see, and rivers of liquid light meandered between them. Alex felt a thrill of discovery. "Maybe that's where you belong," he said softly, more to himself than to the twins. The twins stared at the forest, their glow pulsing brighter as if reacting to the sight. The smaller one hummed a note of excitement, while the larger emitted a long, steady tone that Alex interpreted as relief. Alex crouched beside them. "We'll get there," he promised. "I'll make sure nothing happens to you." And at that moment, a strange feeling washed over him, one of purpose, of connection, of being exactly where he needed to be. He didn't know what the future held, but he was ready to face it. For the first time in a long time, he felt that helping others, no matter how small or strange, was worth every risk. Little did Alex know, their journey was only beginning. The forest held secrets, the alien species held mysteries, and the bond he had just formed would soon change his life, and perhaps humanity's place in the galaxy, forever. The glowing forest stretched before Alex Carter like a living dream. Each tree shimmered with light, their leaves shifting colors like liquid emeralds and sapphires. Rivers of luminescent liquid ran between the trunks, reflecting the early morning suns in 1,000 sparkling streaks. The twins, Lyra and Vea, stood hesitantly at the edge of the plateau. Their soft glow pulsed faster than usual, a clear sign of excitement or perhaps nervousness. Alex crouched before them. "It's okay," he said gently. "We're going to be safe. I promise." Lyra, the smaller of the two, tilted her head and hummed a soft, rising note. Vea, the taller one, made a longer, wavering sound that echoed through the trees. Alex had begun to notice a pattern. Their musical tones seemed to carry meaning like words. He nodded slowly. "I think I can understand a little. You're asking if this place is safe?" Lyra gave a short, sharp hum and pressed closer to him as if seeking reassurance. Vea's tone grew steady and soft, almost like she was trying to calm her sister. Alex smiled. Even without a common language, he realized one thing. Emotions were universal. Fear, relief, curiosity, they all crossed species barriers. Carefully, Alex started walking toward the forest, making sure to keep the twins in sight. He pointed to the glowing trees, to the rivers, and to the gentle slope leading down into the forest. Each time Lyra and Vea responded with small hums or soft movements of their hands. Alex noticed their glow brightened slightly when he approached objects slowly and safely, dimmed when he moved too quickly or made sudden gestures. It was like they were teaching him how to behave in their world. "All right," he said softly. "I'll follow your lead. We'll go slowly." The forest was unlike anything Alex had ever seen. The ground was soft, almost sponge-like. and every step made faint musical tones that echoed as if the forest itself were alive. Strange creatures peeked from behind luminous plants, small winged beings with delicate antennae that shimmered like glass. None approached aggressively, but all watched carefully. Alex realized that despite their beauty, the forest was potentially dangerous. He adjusted his sensors, scanning for threats. So far, nothing aggressive appeared. But instinct told him to stay alert. The twins stayed close, Lyra in his arms most of the time, Vea holding onto his sleeve. He could feel their tension through their soft glow. Hours passed as they walked deeper into the forest. Alex tried different ways to communicate. He pointed at objects, touched his chest, and hummed low tones, hoping the twins would respond. Slowly, he began to understand more. Lyra responded to comforting gestures. Vea responded to warning tones. They didn't speak words, but they had a system, and Alex learned it quickly. At midday, they reached a clearing. The sunlight filtered through glowing leaves created a warm and peaceful glow. Alex set the twins down on soft moss. Lyra hummed a soft melody and ran her tiny hands over a cluster of flowers that seemed to respond by glowing brighter. Vea stayed close to Alex, her tone low and steady, as if guarding both herself and her sister. Alex sat beside them. "You're safe here," he said. "We can rest for a bit." The twins relaxed slowly, their glow dimming to a calm, steady light. Alex used the time to observe. Lyra was curious about everything, touching leaves, tracing the glowing streams, examining stones. Vea was more cautious, watching their surroundings, alert to any movement or sound. Alex smiled. Even in their small forms, their personalities were clear. As they rested, Alex tried another experiment. He drew shapes in the soft moss, simple ones, a circle, a line, a triangle, and hummed a tone for each shape. Lyra and Vea watched intently. Lyra reached out and traced the shapes with her fingers, matching the tone perfectly. Vea hummed back a low, steady note. It was the first real step toward communication. Alex felt a surge of excitement. "You're smart," he said, grinning. "I think we can understand each other." Suddenly, a rustle came from the far side of the clearing. Alex's hand instinctively went to the blaster at his belt. The twins stiffened, their glow rising sharply. Out of the bushes emerged a small, furry creature, no larger than a rabbit with multiple eyes and delicate wings. It paused, looking at Alex and the twins. Then, without aggression, it hopped away. Alex exhaled slowly. "False alarm," he whispered. "Nothing to worry about." The twins relaxed, their glow returning to a calm rhythm. Alex realized that their heightened senses were more acute than his own. They could detect danger in ways he couldn't. In a way, they were teaching him to understand their world, not just the language, but the environment itself. By late afternoon, they reached a small stream with clear, glowing water. Alex knelt and took a sip, offering the twins a tiny droplet on his finger. Lyra touched it lightly, watching the ripple of light it made. Vea hesitated, then touched the water as well. The twins seemed to enjoy it, their glow brightening in response. Alex smiled. "Good," he said softly. "We're making progress." As they continued, he began to notice other signs. Strange symbols carved into the trees and glowing patterns on stones suggested that this forest had inhabitants, others of Lyra and Vea's kind. The twins pointed, or rather gestured toward the patterns and hummed in a tone Alex interpreted as interest and recognition. He nodded. "Maybe these are your family's marks," he said. "We'll find out soon." The sun began to set again, painting the forest in shades of violet and blue. Alex decided they needed to make camp. He found a sheltered alcove near a giant tree whose roots formed a natural barrier. The twins were cautious at first, but after he set a small, controlled fire, they allowed themselves to rest. As night fell, Alex reflected on the day. In rescuing the twins, he had not only saved them physically, but had begun to form a bond built on trust. It was clear that they were intelligent, aware, and sensitive to emotions. Humanity's strength, courage, empathy, and problem-solving had earned him a place in their world. But he knew dangers were still ahead. The forest was alive with sounds, some melodic, some sharp and threatening. He kept a careful watch while the twins slept, occasionally humming soft notes to keep them calm. During the quiet night, he considered their journey. Their home was somewhere nearby, he guessed, but the forest was vast and filled with unknowns. He didn't know what creatures or challenges they might face. Yet he also realized that this was a rare opportunity. Helping them could create a bond between humanity and their species, a connection built on trust and respect. Hours later, just before dawn, the twins stirred. Lyra hummed a soft, urgent note, and Vea echoed it with a long, steady tone. Alex sat up, alert. He looked around the alcove. Shadows moved among the trees. Something or someone was approaching. Alex didn't panic. He had learned to remain calm under pressure. Slowly, he reached for the blaster but kept it hidden, ready to protect the twins. The shadows grew clearer. Two tall, elegant figures emerged from the trees. Their skin glowed faintly in the dim light, and their eyes, large and expressive, were fixed on Alex. The twins moved toward the figures, chirping in high musical tones. Alex realized these must be others of their kind, perhaps guardians or family members. But they didn't seem hostile. Instead, their attention was focused on the twins. Alex slowly raised his hands in a gesture of peace. "I mean no harm," he said softly. "I'm just helping them." The taller of the figures stepped forward. Its glow intensified as it observed Alex. It emitted a long, low tone that resonated in the clearing. The twins responded instantly, their glow pulsing in rhythm with the sound. Alex realized it was a form of greeting or recognition. A moment later, the taller figure nodded slightly, then turned to the smaller figure beside it. Together, they approached Alex cautiously. The twins ran to them, chirping and humming happily. Alex felt a surge of relief. It seemed they had found safety. The taller figure looked at Alex again, its large eyes studying him. Alex smiled gently. "I just wanted to help," he said. "I didn't know what else to do." The alien emitted a soft, melodic tone. Alex felt a wave of understanding, not words, but meaning. Gratitude, respect, trust. The twins clung to their guardians, their glow bright and steady. Alex watched heartened. His mission was far from over, but this moment was proof. Empathy and courage could bridge even the widest gaps between species. As dawn broke, painting the forest in gentle gold, Alex knew that the next step would be guiding the twins safely to their home. But for now, he allowed himself a brief moment of rest, proud that he had earned the trust of beings so different from himself. And deep in the forest, unseen by Alex, other eyes watched. Eyes that would soon reveal more about the twins, their family, and the strange, powerful world that awaited him. Alex Carter stood at the edge of the glowing forest, watching as the twins, Lyra and Vea, reunited with their guardians. Their soft hums echoed through the luminous trees, a melody of relief and joy. Alex had earned their trust, but the next step was crucial, guiding them safely to their homeworld. The twins' guardians, taller and more elegant than the children, approached Alex. Their glow was calming, yet powerful, radiating intelligence and authority. The taller one, whom Alex instinctively called Saphira in his mind, studied him carefully. He raised his hand slowly in greeting. "I only want to help," Alex said. His voice was steady. "They're safe with you, but we need to go to your home. I can guide them." Saphira tilted her head, emitting a low melodic hum. Alex could feel the meaning behind it. "We are observing you. You are not harmful. But the path is dangerous," Alex nodded. "I understand. I'll follow your instructions." With that silent agreement, the group began their journey. The glowing forest gradually gave way to rugged terrain, steep cliffs, floating rocks, and luminous crystal formations that shimmered like frozen waterfalls. Alex had seen strange landscapes before, but nothing as vivid as this. Every step required caution. One misstep could send them tumbling into a canyon, and predators were likely hiding among the rocks. Lyra clung to Alex's arm, her glow flickering nervously. Vea walked close, scanning the surroundings like a sentinel. Alex smiled gently. "We're okay," he whispered. "I'll keep you safe." The twins' guardians moved gracefully ahead, occasionally stopping to make soft musical sounds. Alex tried to imitate them, humming low tones, hoping to communicate. Lyra responded with curiosity, her glow pulsing brightly. Vea mirrored the tones, and Alex realized they were starting to understand each other more clearly. Hours into the journey, they reached a narrow canyon. A stream of glowing liquid flowed at the bottom, reflecting the jagged cliffs above. Alex stepped carefully, testing each foothold. Lyra whimpered slightly when he paused, her small hand gripping his sleeve. "Don't worry," Alex said softly. "We'll take it slow." As they descended, a sudden tremor shook the ground. Rocks loosened above them, tumbling toward the path. Alex reacted instantly, pushing Lyra to the side and catching Vea's arm. He grabbed a large rock and slammed it against a smaller one to redirect the falling debris. The twins gasped, their glow flashing brightly, but they were unharmed. Saphira and the other guardian reached them quickly, humming a series of tones that seemed to soothe the twins. Alex realized he had just passed a test of courage and quick thinking. The guardian's eyes held a trace of respect, though it was subtle. By midday, they reached a plateau overlooking a valley filled with floating rocks suspended in midair. Bridges of light stretched between them, glowing faintly. The twins' eyes widened in wonder, their glow pulsing in rhythm with excitement. Alex paused, taking in the breathtaking sight. "This is incredible," he murmured. "I've never seen anything like it." The twins' guardians gestured toward one of the floating bridges. Alex hesitated. It looked fragile, and one wrong step could be disastrous. But Saphira hummed a steady tone, and the bridge seemed stable under her glow. Alex understood. Trust was required, not just in him, but in the path itself. He took a deep breath. "All right," he said. Step by step. Carefully, Alex led the twins across the glowing bridge. Lyra clung to his arm, her small body trembling at first. Vea moved beside him, her glow flickering like a heartbeat. Alex's hands guided them steadily, and gradually they reached the other side safely. On the far side, the valley opened to a strange forest of crystal trees. Their surfaces reflected the sunlight in dazzling patterns, and streams of glowing liquid wound between their roots. Alex could feel the air buzzing with energy, and he noticed that the twins' glow intensified as they approached. "They must be sensing something," Alex whispered. "Something familiar." Indeed, Lyra and Vea moved with purpose, heading toward a distant structure shaped like a giant crystal dome. It pulsed with light, and Alex could feel a sense of peace radiating from it. Their guardians followed, and Alex kept close, ensuring no harm came to them. Along the way, Alex observed the twins' abilities more closely. Lyra could subtly shift objects with a gentle touch, small pebbles, fallen branches, even the glowing liquid in the streams. Vea seemed to sense danger before it appeared, her eyes scanning constantly and her glow brightening whenever a threat approached. "Extraordinary," Alex murmured. He realized that these children, though small, were incredibly capable in their own way. They had abilities he could never have imagined, and yet they relied on him for guidance and protection. Humanity's strength, adaptability, courage, and empathy was what kept them safe. Late in the afternoon, a sudden storm approached. Dark clouds swirled overhead, and flashes of lightning illuminated the floating rocks and crystal trees. The wind howled, carrying a sharp electrical charge. Alex quickly gathered the twins and led them to a natural alcove beneath a massive crystal formation. The twins' glow flickered in fear, and Alex hummed low, steady tones to calm them. Vea pressed against his side, and Lyra hid her face in his chest. The guardians created a protective barrier with their glow, shielding them from the worst of the storm. Alex watched in awe. The twins' guardians were powerful, but he also realized that human ingenuity had saved them more than once today, from the falling rocks, from unstable bridges. Without quick thinking, they might have been injured. It was a reminder that courage and intelligence were just as important as physical or mystical power. The storm raged through the night, but by dawn, it had passed. The valley sparkled with raindrops reflecting the light of the twin suns. The ground was slick, but the air was clean, filled with the scent of glowing flora and fresh rain. The twins hummed softly, their glow calm and steady. Alex took a moment to rest beside them. "We made it through," he said softly. "You're safe now, at least for today." Lyra leaned against him, her small hand brushing his arm. Vea's glow pulsed steadily, almost like a heartbeat. Alex felt a deep sense of connection. He had never imagined that rescuing two small aliens could lead to such a profound bond. As they continued their journey, the terrain grew stranger. Floating rocks became larger, forming archways and tunnels. Streams of glowing liquid ran like rivers of light, and Alex carefully navigated each step. The twins' guardians led the way, humming tones that guided him, and he followed closely, mindful of every movement. By midday, they reached a canyon filled with mist. The twins' glow brightened as they approached, and Alex realized they were sensing something important. Saphira paused at the canyon's edge, emitting a long, melodic tone. Alex understood immediately. The twins' homeworld was near. Excitement surged through him, but he remained cautious. "We're almost there," he whispered. "Stay close. Watch your steps." The canyon was narrow, with walls of crystal rising hundreds of feet above them. Mist swirled around their feet, hiding potential dangers. Alex led the twins slowly, carefully testing each step. Lyra's small hand clung to his arm, and Vea walked beside him, alert and focused. Suddenly, a loud roar echoed through the canyon. Alex froze. A shadow moved in the mist, a massive creature with scales that shimmered like molten metal. It stared at them with glowing eyes, teeth bared. Instinctively, Alex positioned himself between the twins and the creature. "Stay behind me," he whispered. The twins' glow pulsed in fear, but Alex remained calm. He remembered how the Guardians had created protective barriers. Maybe he could use the environment to his advantage. He scanned the canyon walls and noticed sharp crystal formations. With careful precision, he kicked a rock toward the creature. The noise distracted it, and it lunged forward, narrowly missing him. Alex grabbed Lyra and Vea, running toward a narrow tunnel in the canyon wall. The creature followed, but its size prevented it from entering the small space. Alex pushed the twins through the tunnel, and they emerged safely on the other side, breathless but unharmed. Saphira and the other Guardian waited, their glow intense and reassuring. They hummed a long, steady tone, and the twins responded immediately. Alex smiled, realizing that courage, quick thinking, and human ingenuity had once again saved the day. By evening, they reached a plateau overlooking a distant city of glowing structures, towers of crystal and light, floating bridges and rivers of luminous energy. The twins' glow brightened with excitement, and Alex felt a sense of awe. They had reached the threshold of their homeworld. Saphira turned to Alex, her eyes reflecting trust and gratitude. He nodded, feeling a deep sense of accomplishment. "We made it," he said softly. "You're home now." The twins ran ahead, their glow pulsating in joy. Alex followed, staying close but allowing them their freedom. He knew that the journey had been dangerous, but he also knew that humanity's strengths, courage, empathy, and intelligence had carried them through. As the sun set over the city, painting the sky in shades of gold and violet, Alex felt a strange mix of relief and anticipation. The adventure was not over. The twins' mother and perhaps other surprises awaited him. But for now, he had proven something important, that humans could rise to the challenge, even in worlds far beyond their own, and deep within the city, unseen by Alex. Eyes watched, observing, measuring, judging. The next chapter of their story, and the humans' place in it, was about to begin. The city of crystal towers stretched before Alex Carter like a dream. Light flowed in rivers between the buildings, and floating bridges glimmered in the twin suns' fading glow. Lyra and Vea ran ahead, their glow pulsing with joy, laughter like delicate musical notes filling the air. They were home. Alex followed cautiously, ensuring they remained safe, but he felt a strange mix of awe and anticipation. This was more than a city. It was a living testament to a civilization far beyond anything he had encountered. Saphira, the taller Guardian, paused beside him. Her glow radiated calm authority. Alex sensed the weight of her presence, the quiet intelligence in her every movement. She gestured toward the central plaza of the city. Alex nodded, understanding that this was where they would meet the twins' mother. A soft hum began to echo through the plaza, a tone that seemed to vibrate through the air. The twins stopped, turning toward a tall figure emerging from the center of the plaza. Alex's breath caught. The figure was unlike anyone he had ever seen, elegant, regal, radiating power through every movement. She was taller than her guardians, with skin that shimmered like liquid light, and eyes that glowed with warmth and intelligence. Her presence commanded attention without a word. Alex instinctively stepped back, showing respect, but he did not hide. Lyra and Vea ran to her, their glow brightening in unison. The mother, Alex realized instinctively that she must be Saphira's mother, bent down, gathering the twins in her arms. She hummed a melody, a rich flowing sequence of tones that seemed to wrap the children in comfort and love. Alex could feel it in his chest, the resonance of pure care and authority. Alex stepped forward cautiously. "I'm Alex," he said softly. I rescued them. I only wanted to help." The mother's eyes studied him carefully, Her glow shifted slightly, brightening with curiosity. She hummed again, a long, steady tone. Alex felt the meaning behind it. "We have observed you. You are sincere. You have done well." The twins clung to her, their glow pulsing rhythmically. Alex could see the relief in their movements. They were safe, finally, and under the protection of someone far more powerful than he had ever imagined. The mother, whom Alex silently named Sci-Fi Sr., gestured for him to come closer. His heart pounded. He knew that any misstep could be dangerous, but he also understood that sincerity, respect, and calmness were his allies. He stepped forward slowly, hands visible, posture relaxed. Sci-Fi Sr. hummed again, a melody that seemed to communicate directly into Alex's mind. Not words, but meaning. You saved them. You risked yourself. You acted with courage and kindness. Alex felt a rush of relief and pride. "I did what anyone would do," he said softly. "I couldn't leave them behind." The alien mother's glow shifted, a soft wave of warmth and approval. She extended a hand, not threatening, but inviting. Alex hesitated, then reached forward, and their fingertips touched. A strange sensation ran through him, like a connection that crossed species, understanding that transcended words. "You are human," she hummed, a tone of curiosity and contemplation. Alex nodded. "Yes, from Earth." Her glow pulsed softly. "Humans, capable, brave, compassionate." Alex smiled faintly. He felt a deep sense of honor. In his years of exploration, he had faced danger, unknown creatures and strange worlds. But this, being recognized and trusted by an entirely alien species, was something new, something humbling. The twins' mother stepped back slightly, gesturing toward the city. Alex understood that she was inviting him to explore, to witness their world. He followed, careful not to rush the twins, who stayed close to their mother's side. The city was breathtaking. Towers of crystal reflected the sunlight, casting rainbows across the plaza. Floating bridges connected buildings in elegant patterns, and streams of luminous liquid flowed like rivers of light through the streets. Strange creatures moved alongside the inhabitants, delicate beings with wings, tentacles, or translucent bodies, all coexisting peacefully. Alex felt a sense of awe. Humanity had discovered countless worlds, but none like this. He felt small, yet significant, a single human in a galaxy filled with wonders, capable of creating bonds that mattered. Sci-Fi Sr. led the group to a large dome at the heart of the city. The interior shimmered with a soft, radiant light, and the air hummed with energy. In the center stood a pool of glowing liquid, reflecting the structures above like liquid glass. The twins ran to the edge, leaning over to watch the colors ripple and shift. Alex approached slowly. "It's beautiful," he whispered. The mother smiled, a gesture that radiated warmth. She hummed a melody, and Alex realized it was an invitation, an opportunity. Slowly, she gestured toward him, then to the pool. Alex understood. She wished to show him something, to offer a token of gratitude. He stepped closer, cautious but curious. The twins watched, eyes wide with anticipation, their glow bright and steady. Sci-Fi Sr. extended her hands over the pool, and a small object rose from the liquid, a crystalline device small enough to fit in a human hand. It shimmered with colors Alex had never seen, pulsing softly as if alive. "This is a gift," she hummed. Alex understood the meaning. "A reward for your courage, your kindness, your willingness to help." Alex took the device carefully. It felt warm to the touch, like it had energy flowing through it. A soft hum echoed in his mind, resonating with his heartbeat. He realized instinctively that it was no ordinary object. It held power, perhaps the ability to enhance senses, strength, or perception temporarily. He looked up at the mother. I don't know how to thank you," he said. She hummed, a melody that radiated understanding. No thanks are needed. Only remember the bond formed here. Protect, help, learn. Alex nodded, feeling the weight and responsibility of the gift. It was more than a reward. It was a sign of trust, a connection between species, a recognition of human courage and morality. Lyra and Vea ran to him, their glow brightening as they touched the device. Alex could feel their excitement and curiosity. He laughed softly. "Careful," he said. "It's powerful, not a toy." The twins' mother watched them with approval, then turned to Alex, her eyes reflecting wisdom and strength. She hummed a final tone, one that conveyed a promise. "Your actions have meaning. You are now part of this story." Alex felt a surge of pride and humility. Humans were not the strongest species, not the most technologically advanced, but their courage, empathy, and quick thinking had earned them respect across the galaxy. As night fell over the city, the crystal towers reflecting the stars above, Alex felt a sense of peace. The twins were safe, their mother was powerful and wise, and he had been recognized for his humanity. Yet he knew that this was only the beginning. The gift he had received was mysterious, powerful, and potentially life-changing. The twins' mother gestured toward the sky, where distant stars twinkled. Alex understood. This was an invitation, a sign that humanity's story in the galaxy was just beginning. Lyra and Vea hummed softly, their glow steady and warm. Alex smiled, feeling a bond stronger than any language. He had rescued them, yes, but in doing so, he had become part of something larger than himself, a story that connected humans and aliens, courage and trust, hope and discovery. Sapphira Sr. approached Alex once more, her glow soft and reassuring. She hummed a tone of encouragement, and Alex felt a rush of determination. Whatever challenges awaited, he knew that humanity's qualities, bravery, compassion, and intelligence would guide him. The twins' mother turned toward the city, inviting Alex to follow, to learn, and to see the world he had helped preserve. Alex stepped forward, holding the crystalline device carefully, feeling its warmth and energy. He knew that his journey with Lyra and Vea was far from over, and as the stars shone above, reflecting in the crystal towers below, Alex felt something profound. Humanity mattered. In the vast universe, courage and kindness could create bonds that transcended species, worlds, and even the unknown. He had saved 2 little alien girls. And in return, he had received not only a gift but a glimpse of humanity's potential in the galaxy. The city of crystal towers sparkled under the twin suns as Alex Carter held the small shimmering device in his hand. It pulsed softly, warm and alive as if it had a heartbeat of its own. The twins, Lyra and Vea, hovered nearby, their glowing forms reflecting excitement and curiosity. Their mother, Sapphira Sr., watched Alex with calm, intelligent eyes radiating authority and trust. Alex took a deep breath. "I don't fully understand this. This gift," he said. "What does it do?" Sapphira Sr. hummed a melodic tone, a language of emotion rather than words. Alex felt the meaning flow into him. "It is a tool, a symbol, and a connection. Use it wisely. It will enhance your abilities, show your courage, and guide your understanding." Alex turned the device in his hands, feeling a gentle vibration. Light shifted inside it, forming patterns he could not name yet somehow understood. He sensed it was linked to his own energy, responding to his thoughts and intentions. Lyra reached forward, her small hand hovering near the device. It pulsed brightly and she giggled, a musical sound that made Alex smile. Vea stayed close to Alex's side, glowing steadily, as if guarding him from misuse. Alex laughed softly. "Easy, little ones. We'll learn together." Sapphira Sr. stepped forward, humming another tone. Alex felt a warmth in his chest. The meaning was clear. This gift is recognition. It is also a responsibility. It belongs to you, but it also belongs to your actions, your choices, and your heart. Alex nodded solemnly. "I understand." He looked at the twins. "We've come a long way, and now we see what humanity can do." The twins' glow brightened as they moved closer to Alex. He sensed a connection forming, not just between them, but between himself, the twins, and the world around them. Humanity's strength, he realized, was not just physical or technological. It was in courage, empathy, intelligence, and the ability to act when others could not. To test the device, Alex focused. He felt energy flow through him, subtle at first, then growing stronger. Colors seemed brighter, sounds sharper. Even the flow of light around the crystal city became clearer. The device amplified his perception, heightening his senses. He could feel the tiniest vibrations in the ground, the faintest movements of creatures nearby, and even the faint hum of the city's energy streams. "This is incredible," Alex whispered. "I can feel everything. I can sense life, energy, even emotion." Lyra clapped her small hands, humming a soft, rising note. Vea mirrored the melody, their glow pulsing in harmony with the device. Alex realized they were reacting positively, their joy resonating with his own. Sci-Fi Sr. hummed again, the tone long and flowing. Alex sensed her meaning. Use this gift to understand, to protect, and to explore. Humanity has potential beyond your imagination, Alex nodded. "I will," he said. "I promise." The twins' mother gestured toward the plaza. Alex followed, holding the device carefully. He noticed the inhabitants of the city moving gracefully among the glowing bridges, streams of light flowing like rivers. The city seemed alive, aware of every movement. Alex felt a thrill. This was not just a place to visit, it was a world alive with energy, intelligence, and harmony. As they walked, Alex tested the device further. He focused on a small cluster of floating rocks nearby. The device pulsed brightly, and the rocks slowly moved, guided by his intention. Alex's eyes widened. The device allowed him to interact with the environment in ways he had never imagined. He could influence light, energy, and matter, but only with focus and care. "This is powerful," he whispered. "But it's not magic, it's responsibility." Lyra and Vea laughed softly, their glow brightening as Alex demonstrated. The twins tried small movements themselves, and the device responded to their thoughts, amplifying their innate abilities. Alex realized they were teaching him as much as he was guiding them. Humanity had courage, but these children had intuition, sensitivity, and a unique connection to their world. Together they were stronger. Sci-Fi Sr. led them to a high terrace overlooking the entire city. Alex gazed at the view. Towers of crystal reflected sunlight in millions of colors. Rivers of glowing liquid flowed through streets. Bridges hovered in midair, and the city's inhabitants moved with grace and purpose. It was breathtaking, but Alex's attention returned to the device. He focused again, and the terrace's crystals shimmered, creating patterns that seemed to dance in the air. Alex could sense subtle vibrations of life, the pulse of the city, and even the emotional states of the twins and their mother. He realized the device was more than a tool. It was a bridge connecting him to this world, to the children, and to his own humanity. Lyra approached him, her small hand touching the device lightly. Light pulsed and she giggled. Alex smiled. "Yes, it responds to your heart, little one. Not just to power." Vea hovered beside him, her glow steady. She hummed a long, soft tone, and Alex felt a wave of calm wash over him. The device's energy intertwined with theirs, creating a network of understanding. He realized humanity's strength was not in isolation. It was in connection, trust, and collaboration. Sci-Fi Sr. stepped closer. She hummed a low melodic tone. Alex felt the meaning. "You have proven yourself. You have courage, intelligence, and empathy. This gift is yours, but it is also a reminder of the bond between our species. Respect it, and it will guide you." Alex nodded solemnly. "I understand. I won't misuse it. I'll honor it." The twins clapped their hands together, their glow bright and steady. Alex laughed softly, feeling a warmth he had never experienced. He had rescued them, yes, but now he felt part of something larger, a connection between species, between worlds, and between hearts. Suddenly, a soft alarm sounded in the city. Alex's instincts kicked in immediately. The device pulsed brightly, warning him of subtle movements in the distance. He scanned the area, noticing shadows among the crystal towers. He realized that while this city was peaceful, there were still dangers, unknown, perhaps testing him, or remnants of challenges yet to come. Alex took a deep breath. "Stay close," he whispered to the twins. "We're ready for anything." Sci-Fi Sr. hummed a reassuring tone. Alex felt her trust, her confidence in his abilities. The device pulsed in response, amplifying his senses. He could feel the tiniest shifts in the air, the faintest movements of creatures far away, even the emotional currents of the city. The shadows moved closer, and Alex focused. The device responded instantly, creating a subtle shield of light and energy around them. The twins' glow pulsed brightly, reacting to the protective energy. Alex realized that with courage, focus, and empathy, humanity could rise to challenges far beyond ordinary understanding. Minutes passed. The shadows dissipated, revealing small, curious creatures drawn to the energy of the device. Alex relaxed, realizing that danger had passed. The city, the twins, and their mother remained safe. He smiled. Humanity's strengths, adaptability, intelligence, courage, and compassion, had guided them through once again. The twins' mother approached, humming a tone of approval. Alex felt her meaning clearly. You have honored your responsibility. You have proven that humans can be allies, protectors, and friends. Alex looked at the twins, then at the city around them. We've done it, he said softly. We've arrived, and we're part of something bigger than ourselves. Lyra and Vea clapped their hands, their glow bright and steady. The device pulsed gently as if responding to their joy. Alex realized that this moment was not just a reward. It was a reminder of what humanity could achieve. Kindness, bravery, and intelligence were powerful forces, capable of building bridges across worlds. Saphira Sr. stepped back, gesturing toward the city. Alex understood. It was time to explore, to learn, and to embrace the bond that had been formed. The device in his hand was more than a tool. It was a symbol of trust, courage, and the potential of humanity in the galaxy. As the twin suns set behind the crystal towers, casting golden and violet light across the city, Alex felt a deep sense of pride and purpose. He had saved 2 small alien girls, faced unknown dangers, and earned the respect of an advanced species. Humanity mattered, not for strength or technology alone, but for courage, empathy, and the ability to act when others could not. The twins' mother hummed a final, flowing tone, and Alex felt the meaning clearly. Your journey is just beginning. Humanity has a place in the galaxy. Use your courage wisely, and the future is yours. Alex nodded, holding the device carefully. He looked at Lyra and Vea, their glowing eyes shining with trust and love. He smiled. We're ready, he said softly. Whatever comes next, we'll face it together. And as the stars emerged in the twilight sky, reflecting off the crystal towers below, Alex felt something profound. Humanity's courage, kindness, and intelligence could bridge worlds, inspire trust, and shape the future. He had received a reward, but more importantly, he had discovered the true strength of humanity. The adventure was far from over. But Alex knew one thing with certainty. Wherever the galaxy led, humans could rise to meet the challenge and make a difference that echoed across the stars.